as well. After we do the 101, we got Craig Leobart on Maldocs, right? We're sending malware and documents. It will be a good talk on that. And then at 7 o'clock, we got James Beerley, and the how to give a talk. If you've ever wanted to give a talk or a presentation at SecDSM, and you just haven't felt like your public speaking skills are up to par, this will be a good talk to get some feedback on how to improve your public speaking. We do have a CTF tonight. CTF tonight? Okay, we got a CTF tonight. We're going to announce the winners at 8:30, and at 9:01, we're going to do a networking event at an undisclosed location, should there be interest in doing one. So, I want to take a moment and just say that SecDSM tries to keep it PG-13. Some months we have younger people with us, and we like to keep this a somewhat family-friendly environment. I know we serve alcohol, but we want to keep this not profane, if that makes sense. So keep your language PG-13, show respect to others, and just have a good time. We have a code of conduct that's posted on our website. I'll just read this real quick. The mission of SecDSM cannot be achieved without a harassment-free community. We have harassment defined, and it applies to all SecDSM members and sponsors. Reporting and board action is defined, including warning or expulsion. If you have a problem here tonight, or just on the Slack channel or whatever, reach out to one of the board members and just let us know what's going on. We'll be happy to help you, or they will be happy to help you. We like to challenge ideas, not people, because ideas can change. Ideas are a better thing to challenge than just going after a person. So if you don't like someone's ideas, try not to challenge the person. Try to challenge their ideas. This kind of goes back to whether or not there's a harassment incident tonight. But also, if you have a suggestion or an idea just overall for SecDSM, reach out. The email address is admins@secdsm.org, and there's also Slack. You can send us a message on Slack, and you should be able to get in touch with people. If you would like to volunteer for SecDSM, always looking for volunteers. Please reach out to one of the board members, and they will be happy to get you involved in whatever capacity you feel comfortable with. Right now, our two big needs are speakers and workshops. Abby is taking workshops, so if you want to find her, if you have an idea about giving one or receiving one, go to Abby. She should be happy to talk to you about that. Likewise, we also perennially need money, right? We always need money. It costs money to put on these events, to get the pizza, even to get a bar here. So your donations are well sought, And we actually have a new website, donations.secdsm.org, that facilitates you donating to SecDSM. So if you have the desire to make a donation, you can do so very easily at donations.secdsm.org. Yes, you can. You can even have a subscription that will recur every month. You can also make donations without filling out an account or signing up for anything, like a one-time spontaneous donation. The only thing we don't know at that point is who you are to thank you afterwards. Tonight, we're going to do a transparency report. I'm going to get Aaron up here. He's going to do one for us. The drinks are on you. Obviously, that's the cash bar tonight. And our sponsor is, what'd you say? Yes, there are drink tickets available from the sponsor. If you would like a drink ticket, please go talk to our sponsors. Without them, this would not be possible, and without them, you would not get drink tickets. So, you should go hit them up and talk to them and see what they're all about. We'd also like to briefly thank our major sponsor, ISSA. I know a lot of you were at Secure Iowa yesterday, but I just want to, kind of bring some visibility to that organization. They have monthly meetings. They're a major contributor to SecDSM. We have like a symbiotic relationship with them that we really, do well together. So we want to thank them for all their continuing support, and just throw out the idea that maybe you should go to an ISSA meeting as well. Financial transparency. I'm going to invite Aaron up to do this. Aaron?
Perfect. So financial transparency, the books, once again, balance. We do have, so from the social club, we did get our refund back. So we got a $1,200 check back. So the cash in was $1,398.82. $1,200 of that was our refund for the social club because we did prepay for a year. The rest of that was merch sales. Cash out was a combination of food, what else? Web hosting and the CTF that we put on yesterday at Secure Iowa. So we had to pay for the CTFD hosting there. Cash out was $528.57. We do have $5607.90 in the bank. We are very grateful to have found the Grandview space, but I will tell you our cost model's changing a little bit. This space is definitely more expensive. We'll still be okay, but donations are appreciated, of course. As always, if you have any questions about the finances of the books, come hit me up. I'm more than happy to talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Round of applause. Mini CTF, you'll have to check the Twitter channel for the URL. Yeah, okay, sweet. It's out there. You should be able to compete. We're going to do it tonight. Have fun and win some prizes, hopefully. We do have swag here tonight. It's over there outside. And if I believe the way we're handling payment is through the donations portal, again, at donations.secdsm.org. So if you want to go and pick something up and pay electronically, that's how you're going to do it tonight, I believe. So you can see Abby outside. I think she's doing the merch tonight, and she can get you set up. No SecDSM 101 would be complete without mentioning our Slack channel. We've got over 600 people in it now. And these are all community members from local and regional areas that have come together to have this really good resource of this really good online community where you can come and ask questions, join special groups, do little outings with the hobbies channel if you wanted to. So I highly recommend signing up for the SecDSM Slack. It's a great place to be. We have 4 upcoming events. CentralCon. I want to highlight CentralCon. CentralCon is being held at Central Campus on October 19th. It's an event that you can bring your kids to, and it's focusing on cybersecurity, and I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware that that one was coming up in case you have children who want to participate, or you want your kids to participate. We have conference scholarships. So we have black badges that we have gotten through various means at different conferences, and you are allowed to apply to take one so that you can go to a conference for free. So if you would like to go to a conference like Wild West Hackin' Fest or DEF CON or GurCon, Circle City Con, we have black badges of those, and we have a process for applying for them so that you may take one of our black badges to attend that conference for free. So if you have interest in doing that, hit up the website or go talk to Brandon. He'll be happy to talk to you about that as well. Okay, so this is the point where we'll talk about board elections. We're not having them this year. We have 2 board members stepping down. That's going to be Ben Schmidt and myself. And we had two candidates apply for a new board position. So there's 2 going, 2 incoming. And I'd like to announce the 2 incoming board members are Jen York and Antoinette Stevens, right? So yes, welcome them, and welcome to both of you. And with this, I'm going to welcome James Beal up here so that he can talk about memes and other information security things. Put your hands together for James.
The memes are the fun part. The news is the boring part. 5 quick news stories. So if you haven't heard, I believe this came out on Friday, that Microsoft disclosed there was a significant threat activity from an APT group that they narrowed down to APT 25, Charming Kitten, or Phosphorus, depending upon which organization decides to make up fun names. And a huge part of it was targeted at some of the presidential campaigns, along with some other government officials. So there's some interesting, fun details there. And then in a twist of that, if you have not heard, business email compromise, as I'm assuming most everyone in the room knows, is a huge issue and still continues to be, as along with phishing as an issue that we're all facing and something we're running into. There's a new APT group out there. I believe in the details, they've actually narrowed it down to a few individuals from one of the African countries they believe is the ones perpetrating this event. But this one's actually really cool. It's got a twist to it. Instead of regular business email compromise where they send messages through to, say, fake the CEO talking to the CFO to do a funds transfer, these guys have actually compromised a huge amount of vendors, gotten in, pretty much put some mail forwarding in, so they're getting all mail from the vendor emails. They try and get someone in the finance department that handles procurements, get in, they learn the details of the company, and then turn around and email whoever it is that's in the middle of contract negotiations and that type of thing at the companies that are actually using these vendors to turn around and do a financial transaction with a, the upcoming $200,000 renewal, go ahead and send that to this bank account instead of that one over there. So this one's, there's a cool detail there too. If you have not heard, this just happened, I believe, a week ago. Germany, along with several government organizations and I believe some U.S. support as well, took down a bulletproof hosting provider. The interesting, fun part about this is this was actually hosted. It was a ex-NATO bunker that they put this in, a Dutch national that was tied in with organized crime. Turned around and bought this huge facility that had like 5 or 6 underground levels built into it, and turned around and turned it into a bulletproof hosting center for organized crime to use. And they took down a massive amount of data. They haven't actually released any of the specifics, but it sounded like it was a huge amount of information that they got from the dark market sites that were in there. And so there's probably a large amount of activity coming out of that in the next year or two. And then 2 good fun things. This just came out, I believe, today or yesterday. Slingshot is a new Linux distribution that SANS created. So SANS is actually putting this out. It's got Vagrant and Ansible built into it. It's based on Mate and is through SANS. They're going to use it for all their pen testing curriculum. And they have a whole bunch of tools built into it, including the pen testing framework, which if you haven't played with, is a cool version that's essentially Kali-esque, but it does a lot of updates and package updates. It was actually created by Dave Kennedy. And then they've got builds in for each of the courses. So if you're going to take a SANS course, especially one of their pen test courses, you'll be seeing this built into their curriculum and for free for their courses. And then the last fun one, the U.S. Senate actually passed a bill against ransomware for the DHS. So the dotted line there at the bottom is a couple weeks ago, the NSA made this announcement as well that DHS is setting up their own cyber hunt and incident response teams to work with private industry. Pretty much anyone that's called in for their assistance. A big focus of this is going to be a lot of the small Texas towns and city governments and stuff that have been impacted recently by ransomware. And then the NSA line on there as well is that they're turning around and they've combined their systems together, so they're going to put out a lot more current new threat information. So if you're into threat intel, it's cool news out of there, and hopefully we'll actually get to see some. And a big benefit hopefully will be some more private to government interaction on information. So that is it for the news, and we always like to do jobs. So if you've got any job openings and you'd like to come up and talk about those, introduce yourself, let us know what the job is, what you're looking for. Anyone? Nobody? All right, that's it. We'll finish up with the 101.
Thank you, James. Just a real quick note, there's more pizza out there. If you missed the first round, please feel free to stand up and go get some more pizza outside. And if you didn't miss the first round, please feel free to do the same. We have a panel, a cybersecurity education panel planned for November, but we also need a couple more speakers. So if you would like to speak in November, maybe hold off and do it in December. All right, there we go. So, December, I guess, we're looking for speakers. If you would like to speak, please go ahead. Reach out. There's a form on the website that lets you submit a talk. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to launch into our first talk. But right before I close the 101, I just want to thank Ben Schmidt for all of his service and commitment to SecDSM over the years. He's been a huge hand and a huge role in everything that we've done. Personal mentor to myself and just an all-around great human being. So if we could put our hands together for Ben Schmidt, I think that'd be great. That's it. Short break, and then we will launch into the first talk.